Hello my friends. 2021 was a pretty great year for free VR games and experiences. And with this year coming to a close, it's time yet again to round up my picks for the top 10. There's tons of fun gameplay in here that you can download right away. Let's go. Have you ever wished for a game like Pistol Whip, but with swords instead of guns? Then Brisk Square is for you. Continually slide forward while slicing at all the obstacles and enemies in your way. Besides slicing, you have 3 powers: slow down time, telekinesis, and firing a laser from your hand. Each of these powers take time to recharge. When I replayed it for this video, I was happy to discover more bug fixes and gameplay improvements since I last covered it. There's now quests and goals to achieve, gameplay modifiers like Pistol Whip has, and coolest of all is a skill tree that allows you to upgrade your special abilities, like having a faster cooldown for the slow motion. You can also choose to play classic brisk mode or a dual wield mode with only swords. And it should be pretty obvious by now that it currently has a festive holiday visual theme. Now you can slice Santa's helpers, trees, and presents alike. Take that, Christmas! For a free and intense runner that will get your legs moving, it's totally worth the download. Number 9. Museum of Other Realities was once a paid experience that became free in 2021. It's an immersive art showcase museum that's only possible in VR. It offers a growing collection of mind-bending VR artwork and interactables. The museum really utilizes all the new possibilities that VR artwork can do, like being able to shrink down into a small size to see the exhibit up close, interactable exhibits that you're encouraged to play in without getting in trouble, and clever use of portals, which for me does not get old. You can appreciate it all by yourself in single player, or meet others in the museum in multiplayer. The exhibits are being updated with new content all the time. When I revisited this for the top 10 list, I was delighted to discover lots of new things. If you get a chance, I recommend trying the interactive exhibit called Friend Generator. I thought that was pretty fun. For a free VR art museum, it's outstanding and well worth your time.
It feels just as real, but almost like it's more surreal, so it's like funner.
And also because, we're standing right next to an ice cream. I was wondering if you could talk about why this visual style, and how did you come to find it?
Number 8. Marble Pop Paradise is a beautiful puzzle challenge suitable for all ages, and very reminiscent of Puzzle Bobble. Don't let the seemingly simple appearance of the game put you off from trying it. This could easily be a paid game for how well made it is. Armed with a rubber band gun, you need to fire colored marbles at structures. Match 3 to pop them away. The specific goals of each level change all the time, like needing to release specific blocks or release specific marbles. Within your very deadly weapon, you can swap the next available color that you see. Over time, you'll earn special marbles like bombs or rainbows that will eliminate any color. The environments are beautiful and relaxing. It's a very inviting environment that makes it easy to get lost in the gameplay. And there's an absolute ton of levels. This could easily entertain you for many hours. Like I alluded to before, I'm surprised this is being offered for free given the quality and quantity of gameplay in here. It's a must download. A Shopping Trip to Eklan Tour was once a paid game that became free in 2021, and it's your hidden object hunting dream come true. Search through a beautiful miniature town looking for 15 specific items. Click on buildings to remove the walls to look inside and find various fantasy characters going about their business. Little text pop-ups give a little bit of story on that place as well. The items you're looking for aren't highlighted and don't stand out, so you really need to search and compare with the item list to find them. And sometimes you'll need to complete a miniature puzzle before an item is revealed. It's a simple premise, but the atmosphere and characters are brimming with charm and personality. It's a delightful little searching game. Using the index controllers, the in-game controllers look a little glitchy, but they still worked fine. For a free searching game, it's a wonderful little gem. When you take a look at the Steam page for Super Raft Boat VR, you might not think much of it at first glance, but this game is a perfect example of not judging a book by its cover. It's a roguelite shooter where you must survive waves of sea creatures while building your Super Raft boat. Normally, I don't even like roguelites that much, but I found the gameplay to be incredibly addictive and fun. On one hand, you've got a gun to eliminate all the dangers coming your way. On your other hand is a magic hammer that builds up your raft so you have room to move. Some enemies try to harm you directly, while others try to destroy your raft so you drown. And for such a colorful game, you'd be surprised at how often you get scared at what's happening right behind you. In between rounds, you get your choice of power-ups, and the only mode of movement is sliding, unless you're lucky enough to have a massive playroom. Super Raft Boat VR is a ton of fun and easy to pick up. I highly recommend it. Number 5. Disco Destruction was once paid, and this year it became a free game. You are now the DJ of a small Miami disco, and it's up to you to get this struggling venue back on its feet again. You need to read the customers' moods and play the correct music to keep them dancing. The longer they dance, the more money you make. With more funding, you can buy better disc packs, power-ups, or decorations. If you don't like the built-in soundtrack, you can add your own custom music to the game, which is a pretty cool feature. This is a one-of-a-kind VR game. Even if you think you won't like this, I say give it a shot because the challenge of live mixing music while reading a crowd is something I find to be really different and novel to play. Download this and take for a spin, a nice change from the usual games we see these days. I was honestly torn about including Gorilla Tag in the top 10 list, because this game was so insanely popular this year that giving it more coverage seemed kind of redundant. But then again, a successful free game is something to be celebrated, so Gorilla Tag sits at number 4 on my list. And as you can probably tell by the title, it's a game of tag between gorillas. One gorilla is infected with a lava color, and they're trying to infect other gorillas to spread the love to all the other players. You move in the game by propelling yourself along surfaces, mostly the ground. Later on, you can try to master the art of wall climbing as well. It's a surprisingly strong arm workout. You'll definitely get tired after your first couple of rounds. You also want to be mindful of your play space. This is one of those games where you can easily get lost in the action and accidentally hit something in real life. Hop into Gorilla Tag to get your heart rate up and become king of the jungle. If you haven't heard, earlier this year, Tilt Brush has become open source, and there's now a free fork available for everyone by the name of OpenBrush. The original Tilt Brush is one of those VR staples that most of you have probably already experienced, but if you haven't, you're in for a real treat. All the painting and creation tools are really intuitive. You'll be up in painting in no time. As far as I can tell, all the original brushes and paint modes are at your disposal, and some of the advanced features have been reintroduced in the free version. Tilt Brush was a groundbreaking and very fun VR creative tool, and now that the core functionality has become free for everyone, you absolutely must download this and experience it for yourself if you haven't before. It's a must-have in your library. Locomancer was once a paid game that became free this year. It's a very powerful model train sandbox. Create your own custom miniature train worlds from a variety of cars, tracks, scenery, landscapes, and more. All the tools are intuitively designed and pretty satisfying to use, like the way you open up drawers to access the build menu, spraying with the painting tool, etc. One thing that I thought was especially creative is the save and load feature. Flip up the top of the toolbox to access all the photos and choose a photo to load one of the pre-built scenes that come with the game. To save your own scene, take a picture with the camera. You can move via teleporting or by dragging the world around you. But you don't have to stay life-sized. You can shrink down into the scale of your miniature world to witness it firsthand. And of course, you can ride and control the trains yourself. There's co-op multiplayer as well, so you can build train worlds with a friend. Some players have reported synchronization issues when playing multiplayer, so your mileage may vary. This is an outstanding model train sandbox that's really enjoyable. If you're in the mood for a relaxing sandbox game, then I highly recommend it. You could easily lose yourself for days in here. Before getting to number 1, my pick for honorable mention goes to Portable Emulator. It's a handheld retro gaming emulator that you can summon and play within any other VR world. This emulator is free for everyone to download. Now you might think that playing a game within a game sounds silly, but throughout 2021 I've really enjoyed playing retro games within a variety of different VR environments. For example, I find Final Fantasy VI to be really fun to play within the rainy weather of Aircar. And I've also liked playing original Game Boy games while exploring in Fallout. It almost feels like an advanced Pip-Boy that you carry around. You summon the emulator by doing a specific gesture with your hands. Repeating the same gesture will make the emulator go away and also pause your game. Lately, some of my free time has been spent making custom textures for the emulator to fit different environments, like a black metal version for Aircar, or a wasteland version for Fallout. I feel like Portable Emulator gives a glimpse into what the future of VR experiences could be. Like, will we have multiple portals all around us, similar to how we switch and use multiple apps on our desktop computers? If you like these kinds of things as much as I do, then also check out Portable Farm by the same developer, which has a free demo and is currently on sale. And now for the number 1 free VR game of 2021, Cards and Tankards.
Nice.
It's a social tabletop card game with satisfying VR interactions, deep strategy, and a surprisingly large player base. This reminded me a lot of Magic the Gathering, but it also brings to the table a significant amount of unique gameplay elements. Each player starts with 30 health, and your goal is to take down the health of the other player to 0. To do that, you spend mana to cast spells, primarily to summon creatures on the battlefield to attack and defend. When it's your turn to attack, push your creatures forward to choose who should be attacking. If you're defending, you do the same thing to choose defenders. Flip the hourglass to say you're done, and see how it all plays out. There is a lot more to the gameplay, but that's the very basics of each turn. There's definitely a learning curve here, but I found the gameplay very approachable. And thankfully, the community is very welcoming. You don't have to worry about feeling intimidated. I found a lot of the people to be chill and just enjoying the experience together.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good. You're playing your favorite deck again, I see.
Yeah, I'm trying. I made a few changes to it.
When you're starting out, you can practice on an AI opponent while you're still learning the game before moving on to multiplayer games. The taverns themselves feel really cozy with a nice laid-back atmosphere. For movement within the tavern, there's both sliding and teleporting. When not in the middle of a battle, you can customize your deck, enjoy a virtual drink at the bar, or just have some laughs and observe. For a free game, I found this to be truly exceptional, and with such a large player base already here, I wouldn't be surprised if this became a major VR staple for years to come. I highly recommend taking this for a spin.
Because my deck needs these creatures to buff these creatures in the graveyard. So you want to keep him alive at all costs.
I'm
to
sure
see it
MS
too.
will DM me any
I won't
second.
be here
because of
today for too
this
long
idea.
either.
Well, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. See ya!